Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the My English Matters podcast. I'm your host for this episode, Aida, from My English Matters customer support, and I take care of students' queries through Facebook, Instagram DMs, and emails. Today, we're diving into a set of questions from one of our students. If you've ever wondered about the nuances between the singular and plural forms in English, this episode is for you. We'll look at the differences between chance and chances, memory and memories, cue and cues, expectation and expectations, price and prices, result and results, experience and experiences. I'll give you lots of examples from my own life to demonstrate to you that in order to understand and memorize new words and concepts, you should integrate your understanding of these new words into your own unique life experiences. This approach will make it easier to grasp new English words. Without further ado, let's get started. Chance versus chances. Our student asked, which one is correct? What is my chance of getting the job? Or, what are my chances of getting the job? And why do people sometimes use chances instead of chance? The answer is, both forms are grammatically correct, but they convey slightly different meanings. What is my chance of getting the job refers to a single overall probability or likelihood. It's as if you're asking for one definitive percentage or outcome. On the other hand, what are my chances of getting the job implies there are multiple factors or opportunities contributing to the overall likelihood. It's more conversational and is commonly used because people tend to think of various aspects like experience, interview, performance, and competition that influence the outcome. So, chances often feels more natural when discussing probabilities in everyday situations. I remember a time when I was applying for a job earlier in my career. I was really nervous about the interview and kept wondering about my chances of getting the job. My friend who worked in HR told me to think of this in terms of chances because there were so many variables at play. My resume, my interview answers, the other candidates, and even the company's needs at the time. Breaking it down like that helped me see the bigger picture and to stay optimistic. Next up is memory versus memories. The question is, why use memories instead of memory in people leave, memories stay? The answer is, in this context, memories are used to emphasize the collection of different recollections and moments that remain with us after someone leaves. Memory in the singular could imply one specific recollection. This phrase brings to mind the story of my late father, who had a stroke and passed away in 2018. The loss was heart-wrenching, but the multitude of memories we shared have been a source of comfort and strength for me. Papa was a loving man. Although I don't have many memories of how he was before his stroke, my mother and sisters told me that all the memories they have of him are of him always being ready with a kind word or a helping hand to his family and friends. Even after his stroke, when he couldn't speak as clearly or move as freely, he still found ways to communicate his love. He would call me over to have me sit next to him while he shared his memories and stories of his younger days. He would squeeze my hand, smile with his eyes, and listen intently as I would tell him about my day at school. Those moments, though simple, are precious memories of him that I carry to this day. After he passed away in 2018, those memories helped me through my grief. They weren't just single instances, but a collection of experiences that painted a vivid picture of who he was and the impact he had on my life. I remember the way he laughed, the sound of his voice, the feel of his hugs, and the wisdom in his presence. Each memory adds a different shade to the portrait of my father, making the plural form memories so fitting. Hence, people leave, memories stay. Al-Fatiha to my papa. Alright, now, let's move on to cue versus cues. The question is, long queues are seen at KFC this morning. Why use cues instead of cue? The answer is, The use of queues here indicates that there are multiple lines of people, possibly at different counters or service points within the same location. If there were only one line, queue would be appropriate. However, in a busy setting like KFC during peak hours, it's common to see several queues, hence, the plural form accurately reflects the situation. I remember arriving at a fast food restaurant in a bustling airport. It was early in the morning and there were several queues forming for breakfast. Each queue was for a different counter or register, making it clear that the plural form queues was appropriate. This is a prime example of why we use plurals in such context. Next, we have expectation versus expectations. The question is, why do we use expectations instead of expectation in this quote? For some people, it is due to high expectations and not yet finding the perfect mate. The answer is, expectations in the plural form means that people have various specific hopes or standards for their ideal mate. Each person might have multiple criteria or dreams, which is why expectations is used to include all these different aspects. The singular expectation would mean just one overall standard, which doesn't capture the complexity of what people usually look for in relationships. I once attended a dinner with my friends who just got married. The bride and groom shared their story of finding each other. They both mentioned how they had certain expectations about their perfect mate, traits and qualities they hoped to find. It wasn't just one thing, but a combination of many expectations that helped them see they were a perfect match for each other. Next up is price versus prices. The question is, Maiden welcomes move to lower imported rice prices, and they sell high-quality products at very competitive prices. Why use prices instead of price? The answer is, well, when I worked in retail, we always had to update the prices for different items during sales. Each product had its own specific discount, so using the plural form prices acknowledges the range of costs for different items. The plural form shows how varied and dynamic pricing can be in a marketplace. The singular price would imply a single cost, which is not accurate when discussing multiple products or categories. Next up is result versus results. The question is, why use results instead of result in the following? To ensure the best results, use Italian tomatoes and fresh basil. And we've spent a lot of money on advertising and we're beginning to see the results. Also, she's an excellent coach who knows how to get results. The answer is, results is used in the plural form here because it refers to multiple outcomes or effects from actions taken. For example, cooking with Italian tomatoes and fresh basil improves many aspects of a dish, like flavor, texture, and aroma. In advertising, multiple metrics like sales, brand awareness, and customer engagement are tracked to measure success. Similarly, a coach achieving results indicates multiple positive outcomes for clients or team members. Using the plural form acknowledges these various beneficial effects collectively. I sometimes help Amna with posting social media content for my English matters. After several campaigns, we started seeing the results: increased website traffic, higher sales, and more social media engagement. Each of these outcomes contributed to the overall success, which is why we refer to them in the plural. This experience has taught me the importance of recognizing and measuring various aspects to truly understand the impact of our efforts. Finally, let's talk about the difference between experience and experiences. When should you use one over the other? The answer is, experience in the singular form generally refers to knowledge or skills gained over time. For example, you might say, I've been a project manager for 10 years. I have a lot of experience in executing projects for various industries and clients. On the other hand, experiences in the plural form refers to specific events or occurrences that someone has lived through. For example, you might say, I've had many memorable experiences while traveling around the world. This refers to various distinct events that happen during your trips. I used to work at a cat hotel. The overall experience in caring for the cats and doing marketing for the business includes a broad range of skills and knowledge that I developed over the years. This experience included understanding feline behavior, administering care, and creating effective marketing strategies to promote the cat hotel. However, it's the individual experiences I had while working there that stood out to me the most. For instance, there was the time I took care of a particularly anxious cat named Shebet. Shebet was extremely nervous around other cats and new places, but with patience and gentle care, I helped him feel more comfortable and secure. This experience taught me the importance of empathy and adaptability when working with animals. Another memorable experience was organizing our participation in a local cat expo. I was involved in designing promotional materials, setting up a booth, and engaging with visitors. This led to a significant increase in bookings, which also taught me the power of direct marketing. Then there were the countless experiences of interacting with our clients. Each cat and owner duo had unique needs and stories. One client regularly brought in her elderly cat who needed special attention due to health issues. Through this experience, I learned how to provide specialized care and build strong, trusting relationships with our clients. While my broad experience in cat care and marketing forms the foundation of my skills, it's these individual experiences that add depth and color to my professional journey. These experiences were distinct events that enriched my overall experience in the field. They also provide specific learning moments that I carry with me now in my role as a customer support representative on the My English Matters team. Alright, we have covered quite a lot today. 7 pairs of words: chance and chances, memory and memories, cue and cues, expectation and expectations, price and prices, result and results, experience and experiences. I hope the explanations help clarify why we use the plural forms instead of the singular forms in these contexts. Thanks again to our student for the questions. And as this is also my first ever episode for you listeners, my hope is that you have enjoyed this episode as much as I have enjoyed preparing and recording this for you. Don't forget to check out our website at myenglishmatters.com to learn more from us. Until next time, I'm Aida signing off.